Hello student, myself Digant Sakhiwala and I am your science teacher. Today we will learn mirror formula, chapter number 10, light reflection and refraction. So mirror formula, we can write 1 upon V plus 1 upon U equals to 1 upon F. Here V is image distance, U is object distance and F is focal length. Before going on that, we will learn about the congruent triangles and similar triangles. Congruent triangles are those triangles which sides are same as well as their angles are same, that is called congruent triangle. Here two triangles are given, they are the similar triangle. The triangle with sides are in proportion and their angles are congruent, that is called the similar triangle. Okay. Now we already know some terminology, that what is called center of curvature. The center of a spherical mirror from which a concave mirror or convex mirror are made, that is called center of curvature. Principal focus. After reflection, if the rays are meet at the point, that point is called the principal focus. Pole. Pole means the center of concave mirror or convex mirror, that is called the pole. Okay. Now dear student, we consider all sides of this concave mirror, you consider on the graph, so you understand everything properly, because in graph 4 quadrants are there. First quadrant is totally positive, second quadrant in that x is negative, y is positive, third quadrant in that x and y both are negative, and fourth quadrant in that x is positive and y is negative. Okay, so you consider this thing totally on the graph. Okay, graph papers of 4 quadrant you can imagine. Okay, so here I kept the object, that is AB. As I keep the object AB, so the distance between the PB is called the object distance. So object distance is negative according to graph. If you put it on the graph, then this PB is on the x dash side, so PB is negative, so minus U. Okay, now here the height of the object, that is on the, according to graph, it is in the upward direction, y side, so H is positive here. Okay, now so height of the object AB equals to H. Now when we keep the object perpendicular direction, so to get the image we need two rays. Okay, so first ray will go in the parallel direction, and after reflection it pass from the principal focus and go in the other direction. There are so many rays are there, but we consider only two rays. This is the first ray. Second ray is passed from the center of curvature, and dear student, we know that if the ray pass from the center of curvature, it will go in the same direction, so it will go in the same direction. Dear student, these two rays to get the image are the convergent rays, because these rays are meet after reflection. So these rays are meet and they make the image A dash B dash. Last time we learned, when we keep any object beyond the center of curvature, then we get the image between the center of curvature and principal focus. So we get the image A dash B dash between center of curvature and principal focus, and that is diminished real and inverted image. Okay, now here PB dash is became a image distance. Okay, and that is also on x dash side, second quadrant. So image distance PB dash equals to minus V. Okay, second thing, here height is positive, but this height of the image A dash B dash, that is negative, because it is on the y dash axis. So height of the image, that is A dash B dash, equals to minus H dash. Okay, dear student, we have to find the similarity between two triangles, so we will take that two triangles, ABP, triangle ABP and triangle A dash B dash P. These two triangles are there. These triangles are similar triangle because their sides are in proportion as well as their angles are congruent. Okay, as they are similar triangle, we can write AB upon A dash B dash equals to PB upon PB dash, PB upon PB dash. Okay, we already know PB is the object distance, so we can write minus U, and PB dash, that is the image distance, so we can write minus V. Minus sign is cancelled, so we can write AB upon A dash B dash equals to U upon V. This is the result number 1, important result. Okay, so we find the similarity between two triangle ABP and triangle A dash B dash P. Now we will find the similarity between another two triangle, and this triangle is triangle ABC and triangle A dash B dash C. Okay, these triangles are similar, so their sides are also proportional. So AB upon A dash B dash equals to BC upon B dash C. AB upon A dash B dash equals to BC upon B dash C. Now student, you should take care. We know that AB upon A dash B dash equals to U upon V, result number 1. So we will substitute here. AB upon A dash B dash equals to U upon V. We will substitute here. Now take care. We will write BC. What is BC here? BC is PB minus PC. PB is the object distance U and PC, that is the radius of curvature R. So we can write, instead of BC we can write U minus R. Okay. Now we have to write B dash C. B dash C. B dash C is nothing but it is PC minus PB dash. PC is what here? R, and PB dash, that is the image distance, so that is V. So we can write R minus V. So B dash C we can write R minus V. Now we can write the equation U upon V equals to U minus R upon R minus V. Now dear student, we will do cross multiplication. So we can write U in bracket R minus V equals to V in bracket U minus R. We will open the bracket, so we get UR minus UV equals to UV minus VR. Now we will change the side of UV. UV is negative, we change the side, so it is become positive. So UV plus UV, we get 2UV. We change the side of minus VR on this side, so minus VR is become plus VR. So we get UR plus VR equals to 2UV. Now dear student, these equations are there, that is divided by U, V and R. Okay, as we will divide by U, V and R, UR is cancelled. So what is remaining? V. So we can write 1 upon V. VR is divided by UVR, so VR and VR is cancelled. What is remaining? U. So we can write 1 upon U. 2UV is divided by UVR, so UV is cancelled. So in the decimal, what is remaining? R. So that is 2 upon R. Sorry, in denominator is remaining R, so that is a 2 upon R. So finally we can write 1 upon V plus 1 upon U equals to 2 upon R. We already know that R equals to 2F. Okay, R equals to 2F. So as we will substitute here, R equals to 2F. So 2 is cancelled, and by cancelling 2 we can write 1 upon V plus 1 upon U equals to 1 upon F. This is the mirror formula. I think in NCERT book it is not given. So if you want, you will get it from here. Second thing is magnification. Magnification means the height of the image divided by the height of the object, that is called the magnification. So H dash upon H equals to, we can also write V upon U. Okay, this is all about the mirror formula. Hello student, we will learn about the refraction of light and its laws. Okay. So first we will understand what is called refraction. When the ray of light passes from the one medium to another medium, it changes the direction, that is called refraction. Means if the PQ is incident ray, it will not go straight but it changes the direction, that is called refraction. When the ray of light passes from the rarer medium to the denser medium, it is going nearer to the normal, that is called the refraction. Rarer medium means the medium in which density is less, that is called rarer medium. Denser medium means the medium in which density is more, that is called the denser medium. Normal means the dotted line or imaginary line which is useful to measure the angle of incident and angle of refraction, that is called the normal. Okay. First point, the incident ray, refracted ray and the normal, they all lie in the same plane. Incident ray is PQ, refracted ray is QR, and the normal, they all lie in the same plane. Second, the ratio of sine angle of incident to the sine angle of refraction remain constant. So the angle of incident sine theta 1 and angle of refraction sine theta 2, they remain constant. Sine theta 1 upon sine theta 2 equals to constant, that is called the Snell's law. Angle PQM, that is called incident angle, equals to theta 1. Angle RQN, that is angle of refraction, that is equals to theta 2. So according to Snell's law, we can write sine theta 1 upon sine theta 2 equals to constant. We can use here eta 21. Eta 21 means refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1 equals to, we can write sine theta 1 upon sine theta 2. We can also write the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 equals to V1 upon V2. Now V1 is velocity of light in medium 1 medium 1, and v2 is the velocity of light in medium 2. Okay, now we will learn about what is called absolute refractive index. Whenever we have to find the absolute refractive index, we have to compare it with the velocity of light in the vacuum. Okay, so the refractive index of transparent medium with respect to vacuum is called the absolute refractive index. Okay, so here n eta 1 equals to c upon v1. So in one medium, what is the absolute refractive index? Eta 1 equals to, we can write c upon v1. C is the velocity of light in the vacuum and v1 is the velocity of light in the air. So velocity of light in the air, medium 1 is different, and velocity of light in the vacuum is different. Slight difference are there. So that is called eta 1. Eta 2 equals to c upon v2, that is the velocity of light in vacuum, and v2 is the velocity of light in medium 2 because it is a difference. So eta 2 1 equals to, we can write eta 2 upon eta 1. So we can, when we substitute this value, then we get v1 upon v2. By doing this all the activity, we can write at last absolute refractive index of medium 2 respect to 1 equals to sin theta 1 upon sin theta 2, and as we replace it, then eta 2 upon eta 1 equals to sin theta 1 upon sin theta 2. At last, by cross multiplication, we can write eta 2 sin theta 2 equals to eta 1 sin theta 1. Okay, so optical density and relative density both are different. Okay, optical density of kerosene is more, means it is looking colorful. Okay, but its density is less, relative density is less than the water. Okay, so it is floating on the water. So optical density and relative density are both are different. Okay, dear student, we will learn about refraction of light through the rectangular glass slab. Okay, first definition: if the ray of light pass from the rarer medium to the denser medium, it changes the direction, that is called refraction. So we will learn that, and at last we will learn about what is called lateral shift. Okay, so we will start here. First we will consider the one rectangular glass slab. Its refractive index eta 2, that is glass, and refractive index of air is 1, that is eta 1 equals to 1. Here emergent rays are there, so the refractive index of medium 3, eta 3 equals to 1, that is air, eta 3 equals to 1. Okay, at last we will prove theta 1 equals to theta 4. Okay, so here in the rectangular glass slab, two surfaces are there. One surface is PQ and other surface is RS. So when the ray of light, incident ray fall AB on the this rectangular glass slab, at that time it will not go straight. Okay, as it passes from the rarer medium to denser medium, it is going nearer, and because of that reason, it will go B2C. When it goes to B2C, it makes the two angles. One angle is incident angle, that is theta 1, and another angle is the refracted angle, that is theta 2. Okay, so for the surface PQ, we can write Snell's law, that is eta 1 sin theta 1 equals to eta 2 sin theta 2. Eta 1 is the refractive index of light in medium 1 air, and eta 2 is the refractive index of glass. Okay, so we know that eta 1 equals to air. So in this one, in this equation, we can write instead of eta 1, we can write sin theta 1 equals to eta 2 sin theta 2. This is the first equation. Now we will consider the next surface, that is RS, and the BC is becoming incident ray. BC is becoming incident ray, and CD is becoming emergent rays or refracted ray for the surface RS. So as BC fall on the RS surface, at that time with the normal, it makes the angle theta 3. Okay, it makes the angle theta 3. And when it pass from the denser medium to rarer medium, it is going away from the normal. So it makes another angle, that is theta 4. So for the RS surface, we can write eta 2 sin theta 3 equals to eta 3 sin theta 4. We know that eta 3 equals to 1, that is the refractive index of air, that is 1. So we can write eta 2 sin theta 3 equals to sin theta 4 because theta 3 equals to 1. Now dear student, just take care that theta 2 and theta 3 both are the alternate angle. So instead of theta 2, you can also write theta 3, or instead of theta 3, you can also write theta 2. So here instead of theta 3, we will write what? Theta 2. So we can write eta 2 sin theta 2. Instead of theta 3, we write theta 2 equals to sin theta 4. Because theta 2 and theta 3 are the alternative angle. So this is result number 2. Okay. Now we will compare both the reason number 1 and reason number 2. If we compare, then we find that eta 2 sin theta 2, eta 2 sin theta 2 is common. So we can write sin theta 1 equals to sin theta 4. So theta 1 equals to theta 4. Now in next step we are going to learn lateral shift. Suppose refraction is not occur. So what happens? This light pass straight direction, in straight direction. It will go in the straight direction like A, B, B, like that it will pass. But because of the refraction, what happens? Light change the direction A to B. Then after it is going nearer to normal, B to C, and it pass from the denser medium to the rarer medium. It is going out. It is going away from the normal, that is C to D. So we find some displacement are there. Displacement of light are there. That displacement is CE. What we believe and what is obtained, that displacement is CE. That is called lateral shift. So definition of lateral shift: when the ray of light is refracted from two parallel reflecting surface PQ and RS, two paralleling surface, the emergent ray is displaced from the direction of incident ray is called the lateral shift. Okay, so because of the refraction, whatever displacement are there, that is called lateral shift. Okay, so this is all about the reflection through the rectangular glass slab. We will learn about the lens next time.